to the show. Welcome to the tribute to David Berman, a benefit for Music Cares and Suicide Prevention. My name is Chris Crofton, and I'm a friend of David's from Nashville. I met him in 2001 or 2. I came up to him at a bar called Springwater in Nashville, which was the diviest dive bar of all bars, and it's still there, if you'd like to visit there. And I said some of the dumbest shit I ever said to anybody to David Berman. First of all, I had not really listened to the Silver Jews. I listened to Stephen Malkmus, and I didn't realize that there was sort of a fraught relationship between David and Stephen. Anyway, I went up to David and I said, "Oh, you're David Berman from the Silver Jews." And bear in mind, I was 32 when this was happening, not 12. You're David Berman. I've been listening to the new Stephen Malkmus record. It was his first solo record. And I was like, I'm listening to this song, Black Book, and the chorus says, 32 years old, chorus says, the black book she took was permanently diversified. Do you know what that means? And he said, he looked at me and his eyes narrowed, and he said, absolutely nothing. And I was like, are you sure? He goes, yes. And somehow we still became friends after I did that. He was very generous to me over the years. He came to many, many, many of my stand-up shows. He liked my stand-up very much because my stand-up is very inappropriate. And I'm going to do some of it for you tonight. And now I did this is the second show, so I feel a lot better. The first show I was extremely nervous because it's hard to honor somebody and also be present and whatever. It's a hard thing. It's also hard to wear these cheap glasses frames in public. So this is a little thing I wrote about David. I was lucky enough to meet David Berman at Springwater in 2001. Shortly after I moved to Nashville, he was already well known and I was just starting out. He didn't have to be nice to me, but he was. I admired him then and I still admire him. Over the 13 years I was in Nashville, David was in the audience at many of my performances and his presence always inspired me. I wanted to impress him. David was so damn good at what he did that he made other people better just by showing up. I will especially miss the distinctive sound of his laugh. When I heard it, it meant I was doing something right. And if David thought I was doing something right, that was more than enough for me. I ran into Cassie, his wife, at the Jesus Lizard show in Nashville just about 5 or 6 days ago. And she said, I can't come to the show, but she sends her love, and she said, I just can't go to New York right now, it's too much. But she said, have you read David's poem about New York? And I had not. And so here it is, I'm going to read it. New York, New York by David Berman. New York, New York. A second New York is being built, a little west of the old one. Why another? No one asks. Just build it, and they do. The city is still closed off to all but the work crews who claim it's a perfect mirror image. Truthfully, each man works on the replica of the apartment building he lives in, adding new touches like cologne dispensers, rock gardens, and doorknobs marked for the grand hotels. Improvements here and there are done secretly and off the books. None of the supervisors notice or mind. Everyone's in a wonderful mood, joking, taking walks through the side streets that a single reporter allowed inside has described as unleavened with reminders of the old city's complicated past, but giving off some blue perfume from the early years of Earth. The men grow to love the peaceful town. It becomes more difficult to return home at night, which sets the wives to worrying. The yellow soups are cold, the sun sets quick. The men take long breaks on the fire escapes. For God's sake, sorry. Waving across the quiet spaces to other workers, meditating on their perches, until one day, the sky fills with charred clouds, Tool belts rattle in the rising wind. Something is wrong. A foreman stands in the avenue, pointing binoculars at a massive gray mark moving toward us in the eastern sky. Several voices. What? What is it? Pigeons, he yells through the wind. So that's David Berman. And I said David. Man, it used to kill me when I said Dave. My brother's named Dave, so I call him Dave sometimes. He did not like that. He said it took away his id. Too smart. You know, Jesus Christ. So anyway, I did stand-up, and I figured throughout the show I'll do a few stand-up jokes that David liked. Unfortunately, the ones he liked are always the least appropriate jokes for any occasion. But one that he liked was about ISIS. I did a lot of material about ISIS a few years ago. Really met with, you know, some people really dug it, and a lot of people really didn't dig it. But David liked all the ISIS humor. He said, I think you do more ISIS jokes than anyone I know. He said, I think you've got that market down. He said that excitedly. So the joke was just that, one joke he liked was that ISIS is just like the Middle East equivalent to the Ramones. I mean, when you're 16, you want to get laid, you know? In America, you learn to play the bass, and if you're in ISIS, you chop a head off. It's the same motivation. Same, you know. You know, when you're 16, you'll do you know, you get the idea. So, I got heckled during the first act, so I brought my funny insults and snappy put-downs, which David also would have liked. And this is before I get off the stage. I'm just going to say, if anyone messes with me, you can expect stuff like this. Broaden your mind. Put a stick of dynamite in each ear. We can always depend on you to start the ball. Oh, the bull rolling. You're so full of bull that cows must follow you home. There you go. So, if you heckle me, you know, there's a lot of, you know, you're gonna wither. So, are you guys ready? Yeah. Oh, you're over there. All right, cool. Well, we're in for a great night, and we're here to celebrate David, and just let's let the love fly around, and let's start out with some music from some friends of David's. All these bands are composed of friends of David. Some have traveled from all over the place. So give them a big round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, Birds of Virginia.